Asia Pop 40.
Ladies and gents, boys and gals, yes, we're here once again, reaching out to one of our favorite artists, or today I should say three of our favorite artists around the world. They are currently in Australia. I'm not entirely sure which part of Australia they might be in, but we've gone for an upgrade because I've spoken to this act, or at least a representative of this act, a couple of times now, and finally we get the whole entire Sheppard family here with us. So here we have George, Amy, and Emma. Hello!
Hi!
Hey, Joey.
How's it going?
Very well. It was so good to see you guys, or so good to see George again and the rest of the family. The first time we spoke with George, I think we talked about his cat. We talked about how you guys are working on singles coming out every single month of the year. Then the second time we had Sammy, who collaborated with one of your tracks, joining us for that conversation. And finally, we talked actually we did touch on a little bit of when you guys take on a family trip, who gets to be the DJ of the car. We never got a straight answer from George, so I'm going to ask that once again.
It's always a battle between who gets to be DJ.
No,
Whoever's in the front seat.
Yeah,
gets to be
the real battle's in getting to the front seat first, because then you get
still race to the front seat.
You get a whole modicum of benefits if you're in the front seat.
Okay, so is there a family rule with who gets to call shotgun? Like, how do you guys do it?
It's a race every
It's
time.
always George, because he's the firstborn.
Pushes us out of the way.
No, it's like if we're finished at a restaurant and we're like walking back to the car,
Right.
Emma might just start like walking a little faster, and so I like start to catch up to her, and then we're just sprinting to the front seat, and then whoever gets the front seat gets obviously the leg room. You get to control the music. You get this, you get the view.
Very, very pure.
Okay, so whoever bolts out of the restaurant first, and then the rest catch
it's
up.
a race.
It is a race.
Yeah.
So you guys have been doing a lot of legwork in the last few months. Last time I spoke with George, I think the first time was February of last year. Might have been. It was the start of 2020, and you were launching this project where you guys are releasing a single every single month, and you did it. I mean, congratulations. It sounded like it was an impossible project, but you did it.
Thank you, man. We did it. Yes, it was. It wasn't easy, and there were times when we wanted to give up, but we did it. We got through it.
So it's got to be hard, not just recording, because releasing music is more than just recording the singles itself, right? There's a lot of work behind it. Did you guys find that grueling? I mean, to put in the planning process for every single month?
Yeah, I think the hardest thing was the video clips, trying to figure out what we were going to have as a video clip. Because with most albums, a band might get 2, maybe 3 if they're lucky, video clips. And you know, they're expensive operations, and the record label might be lenient enough to fork out the money for three video clips. We managed to find a way to be economical with it all, and we partnered up with a director that we know here in Brisbane, Digby Hogan of Empire Post, and he just collaborated with myself, Emma, and Amy, and we just figured out what we wanted to do for each individual video. And it was just that was definitely the most grueling part of the whole process, because it's like, I'm sure you know, but just filming video is such a organizational nightmare, and trying to do that every single month, that was definitely the biggest challenge.
Yeah, it was a hard year for the whole entire family. Did you guys, I mean, before making artistry, before making music, your profession, did you know that you're going to end up doing this kind of 9-to-5 kind of work again, like something with a very strict timetable?
I think it's taken us all by surprise, this real life work stuff. No, but it's been really fun as well, I've got to say. We've been able to be creative and really put effort into every single song, and treating every single song as a single has been such a luxury, because so often a lot of our songs just, we put a lot of effort and heart and soul into writing, but some of the songs never really get the treatment that they deserve. So to be able to give a video clip, artwork, it's every song had its day in the sun. So that's something that we've been really proud of, and we hope that everybody has followed along and enjoyed every single song that we released last year.
Yeah, what I hear a lot is every song is like a baby of yours, right? And it's hard to choose one. So I'm sure you're glad that all 12 of them got a chance to shine.
Yeah, and there's always so much pressure that you feel because you hold on to this song for a few months or 6 months, and you have to then release it, and it has to do well because you've been, that's the only song you've got that you're, relying on. But we just release a song and then we're on to the next, like thinking about the next video clip, thinking about the next song. And so you don't really have time to think about that last song, but you're just hoping people enjoy it as much as you do.
Okay, so the album Kaleidoscope Eyes, 16 tracks. So I've noticed that there are 4 of them that hasn't had a chance to really shine. These 4 are the title track, Looking for Love, Midsummer, and MIA. Do you guys want to talk about any one of these specifically? I mean, I think MIA is going to be the next single, right?
Yeah, that's right. MIA is the 13th single of the 12 months, if you will. Kaleidoscope Eyes is an intro, like interlude to the album. If you remember back to Watching the Sky, our last album, we had this like very nice orchestral intro that brought people into the world before we kick into the track, Coming Home. So it was just a nice way to like bring somebody into the world, and we wanted to do that again. We're very big fans of cinema and movie scores and all that stuff, so we wanted this orchestral intro that sort of led into the first track, which in this case is Die Young. And then Midsummer is the sort of side B intro, a similar thing that leads into MIA, which is the single that it hasn't been released yet. And then Looking for Love was the one song on the album that it wasn't a single, but we couldn't bear to leave it off the album. It's been floating around for quite a while, and it fit perfectly thematically with the rest of the album. Yeah. So we decided that this was the perfect time, and it's one of my favorite songs we've released, but I know that it's probably not like a single.
I get that. It's like, that runt of the litter, that little kitty that you just can't leave out.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
All right, so let's talk about MIA. Does it stand for Missing in Action?
Yeah.
And when did you write the song? What is it really about?
MIA it's kind of, it was in the title, it's about like trying to make it escape. You're sort of sick of your life and the responsibilities of work and having a routine of a 9-to-5 office job, and just wanting to get away for a holiday, just to go missing for a second. Like, we've all fantasized about it, just being able to book a flight on a whim and just disappear, not have to worry about reporting to anybody. That's kind of what the song was about, and yeah, it was a bit of a personal one for me because I'd taken a trip to Sweden to do a bit of a solo songwriting session. I was about to go into vocal surgery, and I just wanted to do like what I thought was my last songwriting session ever, and I just wanted to escape and go to a place I'd never been before, which was Stockholm, and this was the first song that I started over there.
Okay, so this is almost 2 years ago then, when you had your vocal surgery.
Yeah, it was July 2019. Yeah,
okay. We're back to the fun part where you get to perform and tour. It is a bit odd watching a half-filled stadium, and some of them are completely empty. To not have that anymore, so I'm sure it's a big deal for musicians. And you guys have done a couple of live acts since, this pandemic started. Like, how does that change your performance?
Yeah, it's exactly the same for us. We can't have full capacity in Brisbane, but we can have about 1,000 people, which is still pretty good. And everyone has to sit down, they're dancing, which will be a bit interesting for us because we normally have people dancing. Yeah.
I don't think logistically that could ever, how do you force people not to get up? Do you get fined for it, or?
Well, we had a show in Gladstone, Queensland, and they had sorry, George just spilled his drink.
Yeah, do your thing.
Yeah, we had, they had sectioned off, which I think they got the idea from the UK. They sectioned off little areas, and they had their own, like a pen where you could have a group of people and you could get up in your pen and dance and that sort of stuff. But people in the end just like got out of the pen and ran to the stage, and then the security guards could not handle it, and they were just like, whatever. So I don't know how they're going to stop this, but they're the rules. So
yeah, it's hard because we don't really have any cases here in Queensland, so people know that and they're a little bit relaxed with the rules, which it's not great.
Well, we had one at the start of the year. We had one case, and because of that one case, we all went into lockdown for 3 days.
Yeah,
and then Yeah, and then but still those the repercussions from it are still happening, so we can't dance. That's the next phase of out of the lockdown.
Dead dance, Joey.
I mean,
Don't you
find
be
it.
dancing.
I'll be dancing. You could count on that. I just find it amusing that you guys have like a musical playpen, you know, and for only for people who've been behaving themselves can they actually go in there and mingle. But of course, we're just glad that we get to have, I mean, any live acts, any live concerts at all, right? I mean, here in Taiwan, we appreciate the fact that we can even hold live events, go to shopping malls. So, you know, we just got to truck on. And in the meantime, we get to have a whole new album from you guys. Thank you, Amy, Emma, and George, so much for joining us here once again. I hope you guys have a good one, and we hope to see you soon, all right?
Yeah, I hope to see you in person soon.
Thanks,
Bye.
Joey.
Yeah.
Hi, we're Sheppard, and you're listening to Asia Pop 40.
Asia Pop 40.